Hey y'all, welcome back to Ascending with Ashley. I'm Ashley. This is Collective Coffee. I just want to talk about the eclipse coming up on Monday. These earthquakes that are happening on the East Coast and World War III escalation. Super fun, right? For the eclipse here in the United States, I know that it is like a very hot topic. National Guard is being deployed in like the path of totality. A lot of folks are saying that's for crowd control. Some people are talking about how NASA's gonna be so much. NASA's gonna be shooting rockets at the moon. The moon eclipse that was supposed to happen a couple weeks ago didn't. CERN is also fucking around with ghost particles. Iran is escalating. Well, not escalating. Iran is retaliating on Israel because they have been escalating constantly. In the United States, Democratic senators or House, I don't know, politicians, there were like 40 of them that wrote a letter, including Nancy Pelosi, urging Joe Biden to stop arms sales to Israel. The UN is saying that countries that are giving arms to Israel can be, I don't know. This shit is wild, y'all. It's a crazy time to be alive. What I'm doing for the eclipse, I had an appointment scheduled. I'm not doing that. I canceled my appointment. I'm laying low. Not because I think anything's gonna happen, just because if it does, I don't want to be away from my house. So, I'm chilling at home. I know our weather has been really crazy. Yesterday it was crazy because it was so windy. There were like gusts up to 60 miles an hour where we are. And yeah, it gets windy, but like those are big gusts. It was violent wind. And so I got on TikTok because I'm like, I'm really stressed about this wind. Let me see what else is going on in the world. Literally get on TikTok and see that there's a fucking earthquake in New Jersey and New York, and that shit is wild. A lot of folks on the West Coast are saying to brace for the San Andreas fault line, which is like Oregon, Washington, and California. Give it to me. So, I don't know. People are talking about the electromagnetics. I don't know. We don't know what's planned for Monday. I would recommend just prepping for a possible power outage, just in case. If you are where people are experiencing earthquakes and stuff, and I mean, this shit just happens, right? Like, we talk about that all the time. It's just people wake up and their whole lives are changed, and thank God that earthquake wasn't a big deal yet. But a lot of folks are saying those were before shocks, not even the real thing. And a lot of people have done research and talking about how the ring of fire, like on the planet, is activated, which is why there was earthquakes in Taiwan, and that eclipses can impact earthquakes, or make them happen, because we know like the tides are on, the moon. The moon affects the tides, and like the sun, I guess, affects the tectonic plates. So here we are. So much. How's everybody doing? My advice is to at least have essential needs. I mean, if you've been following Mommy Preps, that's my take on shit. We can only really ride the wave at this point. What's next? But do your best to just make sure your families are cool. If you can. I mean, I'm not trying to fearmonger, but like my kid and I stay home together. He doesn't go to school. If I did have kids in school, because of just the way that everyone's acting about this eclipse, I'd probably keep them home, but I don't know. It depends on how many days they've already missed and shit like that. Work schedules, I understand that life happens, but like, I don't know. It's just been... But it could be just another tactic, right? Of like, look this way while we're over here doing this. So there's a lot going on. I'm decorating my house. Enjoying life as best as I can. I know that I go through waves of feeling like, what's the point? Because it just feels like, you know, a lot of people on TikTok are like, do I still have to pay my bills? It's just, we're in these really intense times, and don't let anyone gaslight you out of that. Like, this is not normal. It's not normal for us to have this much information, like input in real time, access to so many different realities, but we do, and there's power in that, right? We've seen that, the people power. I would say just keep building. I mean, that's all you can really do. I think the one thing about all of this is that when shit hits the fan here in America, America is such an individualist culture, which is going to be easier for the powers that be to maintain control. Because, like, as we're seeing in Palestine and even in Congo and Sudan, all of those cultures are collectivist. They take care of each other. We don't really have that in the United States. So, you know, within your community, do what you can. Build those relationships, you know, have those conversations with your neighbors or people in your life. Like, why not? You know, what are you going to do? What can we do? Have things in place, because shit's happening, shit's escalating. We don't know if it's going to be a natural disaster, if it's going to be man-made, if it's going to be like war. So yeah, all of those things are happening. Please don't deny that because you're uncomfortable. It's happening. So that's all. As far as the escalation of war goes, I don't see the United States backing down. United States enjoys being in wars. So I feel like we've all known, I think I knew we were in World War III when Russia, Ukraine started off last year. But just the way things have been escalating the past 6 months. Yeah, duh. So, all right. Have a good one. Just have flashlights, have batteries, have water, have some meals that you can cook and ways that you can cook them in case power goes out or in case shit happens. All right. Have a good one.